everyone, so for today's makeup tutorial I'm doing a very summery kind of look where it's very bronzy and luminous and just kind of more of a glowy kind of look. I am very pale, so I can't get like super bronzed yet. I haven't been tanning a lot, but I went as bronze as I could go and just really focused on this beautiful like highlight here and just more of a glowy kind of look. This is the kind of look that looks so pretty in summer. Whether you're going out to grab lunch with somebody or you're going out for a super nice dinner, this look is just going to make you look so beautiful. So if you're interested in seeing this tutorial, just keep watching. Hey everyone, so to start out I'm pulling back my hair and then I'm going in with the Lancome La Base Pro. This is a face primer and it's kind of like a silicone consistency, and I'm putting that on my head, my nose, kind of underneath my eyes, and my chin. Just the areas where my makeup tends to slip off throughout the day. This is just really going to help it stay on. For foundation, I'm going in with the Clinique Super Balanced Makeup, and I'm applying that using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm applying it using stippling motions, and then I'm going to buff it out in circular motions. This is just going to help it stay on your face throughout the day, and I'm more of a person who likes a full coverage foundation look, so I'm probably applying more than the average person would, but that's just my preference. You definitely don't have to apply a lot of this. And I'll tell you that this foundation is not really a matte finish, but it's also not really a dewy finish. It's kind of an in-between, which for me is perfect for summer because I tend to lean towards matte finishes, but when I want to look more glowy, this is a good foundation for that since it's that in-between. So now I'm just going to finish applying that to my forehead and also make sure that I get down into my neck so that everything's evenly blended out. And we'll just speed up through this. And then once that's done, I'm taking a damp beauty blender and just lightly patting all over my skin just to pick up any excess foundation. And if there are any streak marks from it, they'll be gone because of the beauty blender. Then I'm going in with the Clinique All About Eyes Concealer, and I'm applying that right to my forehead, just like squeezing it on there. And I'm going to take a Sonia Kashuk concealer brush and just cover up those blemishes I have on my forehead. Now if my skin was perfectly clear because it's summertime, I would definitely recommend just skipping this step because you know you want more of a lightweight face makeup for summer, but I wanted to cover up those blemishes, so I'm using the concealer. And also, as a side note, I know they call this the All About Eyes Concealer, so you're probably assuming you should use this like under your eyes or whatever. I like to use this all over to cover up any blemish on my face. And once again, I'm just taking that damp beauty blender and just blending it all in for that seamless look. And remember with the beauty blender that you should pat to blend it all in and not rub or pull. And now I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Treatment Concealer, and I'm applying that in a triangular motion underneath my eyes, and then I'm applying some down my nose and a little on my forehead. I would have put some on my chin, but I had like a big blemish on my chin and I didn't want to basically highlight that. Also, in case you are curious, the shade of this concealer is Brightener Illuminator 160, and I'm basically just taking the beauty blender once again and blending that out. It's looking a little bit more intense on camera, like I'm just way highlighted underneath my eyes, but I promise you in person it did not look that intense. And because I'm so pale and my foundation is a little bit lighter, I'm actually taking a pressed powder that's slightly darker. It matches my neck more, which is what you want it to match so that you know everything looks even. And I'm applying it using a Real Techniques powder brush all over my face, except I'm avoiding that kind of under the eye area where I highlighted. I want that to look very bright and fresh looking, so I'm just going to keep it open right now and we're going to apply a different powder in a minute. now with the NYX Highlight and Contour palette and my Real Techniques setting brush, I'm mixing that kind of middle white shade and that kind of yellow banana shade together, and I'm applying that underneath the eye right where we went in with that brightener concealer. This is just going to set that concealer so it doesn't slip throughout the day, and also, once again, brighten the under the eye area. And then I'm also just applying it down the nose and a little on my forehead where I previously highlighted with that concealer. And then with the MAC bronzing powder in the shade Golden, I'm just taking a fluffier brush and going right along the hairline on the top of my forehead to just bring some warmth to my face. I am really pale and I still want that bronzy summery look, and so this is going to definitely help with that. And to apply this bronzer after I applied some to my forehead, then I'm basically doing the shape of a number 3, where I hit the top of my forehead, my temple, and then down on the hollows of my cheeks. And I'm going to do that on both sides of my face. And after you kind of do that 3 motion, you just kind of buff out that area in the hollows of your cheeks just to make that bronzing powder just distribute a little bit farther, because we don't really want a sharp contour with this. And then because I still wanted to look more bronzed, I'm going in with the NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer. I'm applying it with the same brush in those hollows of my cheeks as well as on my forehead. By applying a few different bronzers together, you're really going to make everything look very blended out and natural and just pretty. It's not going to look so harsh and intense. And then the third and final bronzer is this one I just pointed to you in the NYX Highlight and Contour palette. And I'm taking a Morphe Brushes contour brush to apply this, kind of making that fishy face and going back and forth in the hollows of my cheeks. Once again, this is looking super, super intense on camera, but it's easier for you to kind of see what I'm doing if it's more intense looking. But I felt it was slightly too intense, and I went and blended it out with that previous brush that I had applied the other bronzers with, just to make it more of a natural look. And you can tell now it really looks blended out and just really, really pretty. And then with that kind of peachy, shimmery color on the far right in the palette, I'm just going on the tops of my cheekbones, as you're seeing me do, going back and forth. Both sides of my face. This is just a very, very light highlight. It's very, very pretty, but it's not extremely noticeable, but it's just kind of a base for what's to come. I'm going to apply a little bit of this on my forehead and down my nose. Then with the Hot Mama blush by the Balm Cosmetics, I'm going in, obviously with blush, with the Real Techniques blush brush. And you'll notice I'm kind of keeping the blush more concentrated on the lower part of the apple of my cheek, so that under the eye area where we brighten stays open and just really bright. Then with Mary Luminizer by the Balm Cosmetics, I'm going over the top, just like how I said, of that other highlighter. This is just such a gorgeous highlight, and I'm kind of putting it on my face in an L motion, hitting a part of my temple just so I don't get a harsh line, because we do never want harsh lines with anything that we put on our face. I'm going to do that both sides of my face like I previously did with the other highlight, just on the tops of those cheekbones. This is going to give you that really glowy, pretty, summery effect. It's just, oh my god, it's just gorgeous and perfect for summer. And then we're priming our eyes using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Original. I found that no matter how hot and sweaty I get, this keeps my eyeshadow on, it prevents it from creasing, and it prevents my eyelids from getting oily. Honestly, I swear by this stuff. And now for the eyes, we're going in with the Naked 3 palette. And the first color I'm using is this kind of matte, very beige shade called Strange. And just applying that in the crease and then up towards the eyebrow to start the gradient effect that I always have in my looks. And then with a matte light pinkish color called Limit in the palette, we're going back and forth in the crease and up towards the eyebrow with a Morphe M330 blending brush. But we're not going to go all the way to the eyebrow like we did with the color Strange, because once again we want that gradient effect. So we're really just going to keep blending, 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 and then taking another matte shade in the palette called Nooner, which is just a little bit darker. We're going back and forth in the crease, but focusing more on the crease and not really going up much farther than that. So you're just going to do that for both eyes, making sure to blend back and forth in windshield wiper motions. And when that's done, we're going in with the main eyelid color, which is called Trick. It's this beautiful, beautiful, just kind of like coppery color. And it's just, this color screams summer to me. It's just so beautiful. And we're applying that just with actually with the brush that came with the palette. It's a synthetic brush, which is the best for this kind of shadow that's kind of shimmery. It's just going to apply it really well. You could also apply this using your finger. Either way will work. But make sure you're just focusing this color right on the eyelid. We really don't want to mess up that whole crease area that we just did. And now I'm going in and filling in my eyebrows using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. If you're looking for a brow pencil, go try this one out, or this one in whatever shade is best for you. I swear by this thing, it works so well. I've already purchased quite a few of them and gone through them because I just love them so much. And also a key thing to notice here is I'm really focusing on the outer portion of the brow and not filling in the inner portion more towards my nose as much. To me, this just looks more natural while still having your brows filled in, and that's just more of a summery look. You know, I don't want those intensely filled in brows as I get close to my nose. I applied my winged eyeliner off camera using the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black with a Morphe angled brush. I've done this so many times on camera that I just didn't feel it was necessary. And then I'm just taking some mascara so that my false lashes I put on blend in with my real ones. These are the Ardell Wispies. Guys, if you're looking for an affordable pair of false lashes from the drugstore, definitely go try these. They're just so pretty. And now I'm just repeating that process with the other eye. And I apply these using the Duo Eyelash Adhesive in case you're curious. And it's just my personal preference to wear these false lashes. I understand that a summer look definitely does not need falsies, so if you don't want them, don't wear them. Like, seriously, you do you. And now I'm just going over the top of the lash band with a little bit more gel liner just so everything looks more smooth and put together. And then to just really brighten that under eye area, I'm taking the NYX Wonder Pencil, just lining that lower lash line. Just really going to brighten it. And then for the lips, I'm taking the NARS lip gloss in the shade Orgasm, and I'm applying that just on my lips as you would with a lip gloss. And that's the completed look. Alright, so that's the completed tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I post new videos on a weekly basis, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you all very soon. Bye.